The AI models ranking first on every leaderboard you trust are secretly failing at the exact tasks they claim to be best at. And the crazier part? Nobody's really talking about it. So here's what's happening. You've probably seen those leaderboards. You know, the ones that rank Claude, GPT-4, Gemini, Llama, all the big ones. They show up on benchmarks like MMLU, Human Eval, Math, ARC. These scores look like proof that one model is objectively better than another. Right? Wrong. I'm going to walk you through exactly how this works, because once you understand the game, you'll never look at an AI leaderboard the same way again. First, the obvious problem: the tests themselves are contaminated. Most large language models train on massive chunks of the internet, right? And guess what's all over the internet? The actual benchmark datasets. ChatGPT, Claude, GPT-4, they've likely seen the MMLU questions during training. They've seen human eval code problems. They've seen math competition problems. So when a model scores 95% on MMLU, is that actually intelligence? Or is it just really good memorization of test answers it's already seen? Researchers have actually measured this. They've created new, never-before-seen benchmarks, and the ranking order completely changes. Models that look dominant, they drop. Models that look mediocre, they jump up. The leaderboard is less about capability and more about which training data your model happened to hoover up. But here's where it gets worse. And this is the part that really matters for you if you're actually using these models. The benchmarks don't test what you actually need. A model can ace MMLU, which is mostly multiple choice trivia, and still completely choke on your real-world prompt. MMLU doesn't test reasoning under pressure. It doesn't test the ability to handle ambiguity, or to admit when it doesn't know something, or to work with truly novel problems that don't fit the training data mold. These benchmarks are narrow slices of capability, and they're designed in ways that make certain models look good. Let me give you a concrete example. The Human Eval benchmark tests code generation. It's just coding problems. A model ranks high, and you think, great, it's a good coder. But Human Eval doesn't test whether the model can maintain a codebase, or understand legacy code, or debug in context, or work with ambiguous requirements. It's synthetic. It's a game. And the models that are best at the game aren't necessarily the ones that'll help you ship product. Then there's the gaming layer. AI labs know what the benchmarks are. They know exactly what they're being tested on. So there's enormous incentive to optimize specifically for those tests. Some labs have been caught doing this, running their models on benchmark data, seeing what breaks, then tweaking the model to fix those specific failures. That's not building intelligence. That's building a benchmark-specific tool. It's like a student who only studies the exact questions that will be on the exam and then acts shocked when they fail a real-world application of the material. And here's the thing that should actually concern you. The leaderboards create a false sense of progress. Everyone looks at these rankings and thinks, wow, AI is getting smarter at an exponential rate. The scores keep climbing. But if you look at what these models can actually do in practice, the progress is way messier. A model might improve 5 points on MMLU but still fail at tasks that seem trivial. It might get better at one thing and worse at another. Real capability doesn't move in a straight line upward, but leaderboards make it look like it does. Also, and this is important, the benchmarks often test the wrong thing entirely. They test pattern matching and memorization. But actual intelligence, the kind you need, involves reasoning, generalization, and the ability to apply knowledge to new situations. Those are hard to benchmark. So instead, we benchmark the easy stuff. Then we declare victory. Now, I'm not saying benchmarks are totally useless. They give you a rough signal. But they're one of the most misunderstood signals in AI right now. A high leaderboard ranking does not mean the model is better for your use case. It doesn't mean it's more reliable, more creative, more safe, or more useful. It just means it did well on that specific test. So what should you actually do? Stop making decisions based on leaderboard position. Test the models yourself on your actual tasks. See which one actually works for what you're trying to do. Because the model that's best on paper might be completely wrong for your problem. And the one that's ranked lower might be exactly what you need. The leaderboard is marketing. It's useful marketing, sure, but it's marketing. The real proof is in whether the model helps you get something done. If you want to cut through the hype and actually understand what AI can and can't do, the real capabilities, not the benchmark theater, subscribe. I break down what's actually happening in AI, not what the leaderboards want you to think is happening. New videos every few days.